The hits just keep coming for Anheuser-Busch executives who are watching their once iconic stadium beer implode ever since April 1 when some woke executive decided to hire a biological male, acting like a bozo female, to market the beer to a new generation of drinkers. It's been a total disaster ever since, and now we have some guy in Kansas going viral for wearing a Bud Light costume during a DUI stop on Cinco de Mayo. Seriously, AB executives can't wait for Memorial Day to get here, so the internet goes on vacation. The LS are piling up and it's getting painful. Sales are terrible. In Ohio, there's massive discounting on Budweiser and Bud Light. Clay Travis claims people in his rich neighborhood wouldn't be caught dead holding a Bud Light. The general public is running away. Even the gay bars are mad at Bud Light. And now the Franklin County Sheriff's Office goes and does this. The career in law enforcement is exciting, and you get to experience something new every day. Sometimes you see things you can't believe. The Sheriff's Office wrote on Facebook over the weekend. Yesterday, our deputies were notified of a possible intoxicated driver traveling northbound on Interstate 35. The vehicle was located and eventually pulled over. Deputies were surprised to see that the driver was wearing a beer can costume. Yes, you read that correctly. The driver was eventually placed under arrest for driving under the influence of alcohol and transported to the Franklin County Jail. As always, suspects are innocent until proven guilty. Of course, Facebook readers had jokes ready to go. Is it really under the influence if he is the influencer? A woman named Holly replied, "Y'all did Dylan Mulvaney dirty. Let him drive." Ryan wrote, "As always, the suspect is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law." On the DUI, analysts aren't buying Anheuser-Busch's CEO Michelle Dowker's glass-half-full approach to the Bud Light backlash. Quite the opposite. In fact, analysts at HSBC downgraded Anheuser-Busch's stock to a hold Wednesday as fears from the month-long boycott show no signs of easing, saying investors should neither buy nor sell. Nearly all Anheuser-Busch products saw massive sales drops last month, according to numbers released this week. ABS stock was down another 1.9 Wednesday morning, while Bud Light sales were down nearly 20 to last month. In a note first published to CNBC, Carlos Laboy, a managing director at HX Global Beverage Sector, said the company's response to the outcry has been mixed. Is ABS leadership getting the brand culture transformation right? It's mixed, Laboy said. At Ambev, we think the answer is yes. In the United States, we think it's no. The way this Bud Light crisis came about a month ago, management's response to it, and the loss of unprecedented volume and brand relevance raises many questions. Not a great start to hump day for the folks at Dylan Mulvaney Light. Laboy's latest warning comes on the heels of an absolutely awful April sales report earlier this week. According to Beer Business Daily, AB volumes were down over 12 last month, led by Mulvaney poster boy Bud Light, which was down a staggering 21.4. Meanwhile, Molson Coors was up 7, while both Miller Lite and Coors Light were in the double digits. Yuengling was also up 14. While Bud Light is leading the charge, it's not the only beer under the Anheuser-Busch umbrella taking on water. Budweiser was down over 11 last month, while Busch and Natural were also down. Red numbers like that, of course, led to fears and questions from the folks over on Wall Street. Why did its United States leadership underestimate the risk of pushback given the recent experience of other firms? Laboy continued, if Budweiser and Bud Light are iconic American ideas that have long brought consumers together, why did these marketers fail to invite new consumers without alienating the core base of the firm's largest brand? Unfortunately for those marketers, they won't be able to answer that question. Most have already reportedly been canned. Is it too little, too late?